So as you were at the top of the table over in League Two, that's right, with Leyton Orient still leading the bloody charge. But what about chasing back? What's it starting to look like? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Babbles Game on prediction video today. We're forward to match number 18, I believe, over in League 2. And we'll get to that in just a second. If you know where you've been, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, smash your subscribe, get your bang up to date. All things Rovers related, League 2 related, Woo! Cup related in about 2 bloody weeks. That's right, it's starting to pick up a bit spicy now. Over in League 2 as we edge closer to the festive period. Of course, Leyton Orient still lead the charge with Stevenage and Northampton Town in the automatics. Who's going to make the push into the playoffs this weekend? We're going to take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get cracking and have a look at what we're talking about. We're talking about this past weekend's action then, shall we? So here we go. Let's remix or revisit our pickaroos. Then here we go. So kicking off with the top of the hour there. Of course, Northampton Town. 1-1 draw against Newport County. I went with a win myself. Got that one wrong. Barrow, the big 3, the win of a Crewe to move up to 4th in the table. I went with the 1-1 draw as well. Bradford also picked up a draw against Crawley. I went with a 2-0 win. Shame on me. Looking absolutely miserable so far, my picks. 1-1 it was between Colchester and Stevenage. 2-1, of course, I went the other way. Doncaster, the big 1-0 win over Gillingham. I got the one bang on the nose. Walsall, though, 1-0 win over Rochdale. I went with the 2-0. Not too shabby. Grimsby lost on the road to Hartlepool. I went with the 2-0 win the other way. Leyton Orient with a 1-0 win over Salford. 2-1 win for me. Goals galore here. 7-goal thriller between Swindon and Mansfield. Mansfield and Swindon. 5-2 it was, going in favour of Swindon. 2-0 win for me the other way. Stockport, big 3-0 win over Sutton. I went with a 1-0 win. They are up the table to 14th right now. And then Tranmere did lose to Carlisle. 2-2 for me. Wimbledon with a 3-2 win over Harrogate Town. That's right, indeed, of course. Let's take a long hard look at what's going on in the table. Let's just give me 1 second here while I try. There we go. That's what I want to see. Of course, table looks like this. Later on, I'll lead the charge on 39 points with, of course, Stevenage in second, 36. Then Northampton Town, 32. Barrow made the climb back up to 4th here. There maybe are some method to the madness here with Barrow. I really don't know what to expect from them this season. With Swindon, Bradford and Carlisle making the remainder of the playoffs. Salford, Mansfield, Tranmere, Doncaster have all got arguments about that and hope to change that up this coming week as well. So let me bring you bang up to date here. Of course, in fact, let's take a look at, of course, the prediction aid before we get into it. We are into the month of November now, and we do have a new predictor of the month. That is, of course, Russell Frost. He scooped the most points over the month of November. You could be a predictor of the month yourself if you also get stuck into it. Even now, you can start right now. Of course, we are taking a first look at the real first games of November as well. Let's take a look at how we did it, though. Of course, he picked up these points right here, right now. He picked up just the 5, but of course, Carl Muckian got 7 out of the respective 12 there, with, of course, a whole bunch of them with 5. If you see your name, smash your thumbs up. See your name, smash your thumbs up, of course. And this is the master leaderboard as I understand it. Alex Weather with 93 points. Jimmy Watson's in second, alongside Russell Frost, of course, of Shane O'Donnell and Gareth Nicholson breathing down their necks, of course. That's the state of play. Again, see your name, smash the old thumbs up. If you want to get involved, it is free, 100% free. Currently for just League 2. Of course, get in there, get your name in lights, and maybe even compete for November Predictor of the Month, of course. Now, these are the next games. Now, these are the next games coming at you, I believe, on Saturday, November the 12th. Let me just confirm that it is right. But there are games going on in the middle of this. So there were actually a couple of games took place on November the 1st, and there's a handful of them taking place today, which is Tuesday, the 8th of November, of course. So Barrow did beat Colchester. Tranmere and Stockport duked out to a 0-0. Rochdale were playing Salford. We're not going to cover them because they were match number 8. Wimbledon taking on Leyton Orient. Mansfield Town taking on Bradford. Harrogate against Carlisle. So those games are happening today. We've not taken a look at those. These are the weekend games. So when we do reveal the predicted or the table that we expect to be at the end of this weekend, those handful of games will not be in this, of course. But anyway, let's jump in the deep end and have a little look at what we're talking about. We're talking about, of course, these games, and we're going to jump in the deep end with the top one there. Carlisle up against Walsall, coming at it on Saturday, November the 12th. Now, these two sides have played each other 21 times since 2003. 6 wins for Carlisle, 7 wins for Walsall. 8 draws, of course. Carlisle, though, 50% form for them right now. 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. Walsall, though, unbeaten now in the last 4. 58% form for them as they start to click into gear. Last time around in Carlisle, it was a 1-0 win for Carlisle back in November 2021. Carlisle coming into something on the back of that 2-1 win over Tranmere in the FA Cup. Walsall with a big 2-0 win over Wickham, of course, in the FA Cup as well, heading into this match. But the odds right here, right now, 65 is Carlisle, 94 is draw, 23-10 is your Walsall here. We're going to back Carlisle here, 2-1 win for them. They're in the mixer there, they're actually in the playoffs as it stands. Of course, maybe this is the season that they can compete to get back into League One. Meanwhile, Crawley, they're on the climb, aren't they? A little bit up against the Barrow now, of course, who are flying high themselves. Played each other 10 times, 8, 5 wins for Crawley, 3 for Barrow, and 2 draws. Crawley, though, they're winning 3 now, 67% form for them right now. Barrow, just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them as they head into this match. Last round in Crawley was a 1-win for Crawley, who, of course, picked up back-to-back wins over Barrow last season, back-to-back clean sheets as well. Barrow, though, losing to Mansfield, of course, in the FA Cup. Crawley with a big 4-1 humping by Accrington Stanley, also in the FA Cup this past weekend. But the odds right here, right now, we've got 2-1 is your Crawley. Barrow, of course, 11-8, 9-4 is the draw. We are backing Crawley to pick up a point here, 1-1 in the end. It's a point in the bag. It's another game unbeaten, or at least not losing, which of course will do their confidence in the world of good. Crewe up against Colchester in the Battle of the Seas. That's right, played each other 19 times. Not the seas or the ocean, but the seas. 19 times to 2003, 11 wins for Crewe, 5 wins for Colchester, and we got 3 draws, of course. Crewe, though, back-to-back wins for them, 50% form for them over the last 6. That's 1-2 lost to and drawn 2. Up against the Colchester side, of course, without a win in the last 7. They are, of course, bottom of the table right now. They could be free falling down to the National League. Last time I played each other over at the Grimsby Road, it was a 0-0 draw back in October 2019. Crewe, though, big 1-0 win over Leyton Orient to go through to the second round of the FA Cup. Colchester crashing out to Newport County, of course, at the FA Cup as well. But the odds right here, right now, we got Crewe 65 for the victory, 94 is the draw, 11-5 is the away win. We are going to go with a Crewe victory here, 1-0 win for them. And they also need some more points as they try to get themselves back in the middle of the table. Gillingham up against Northampton Town, coming at you from Priestfields. Played each other 17 times, 2004, 6 wins for Gillingham, 7 wins for Northampton Town, 4 draws, of course. Gillingham, though, they're in 5 now, 40% form for them right now. Up against the Northampton Town side, also 1 win in 6, 40% form for them over the last 6 as well. Coming at you, last round at Gillingham was a 2-2 draw back in April 2021. That was in League One, of course. Meanwhile, the Gills pick up a 1-1 draw against File. They'll have to do that again. Northampton Town crashing out to non-league Chesterfield, 1-0, of course, in the FA Cup this past weekend. But the odds right here, right now, we've got Gillingham 15-8 for the victory, 31-20 is your Northampton Town, 21-10 is the draw here. I'm back in the Gills with a surprise 2-1 win for them. Where are they? They're, of course, they're struggling at the moment. They need a result, and I think this could be the springboard for a better run of events. Meanwhile, Stevenage up against Hartlepool, coming at you over in Stevenage. They played each other 13 times since 2011. 9 wins for Stevenage, 1 for Hartlepool, and 3 draws. Just 1 defeated past 6 for Stevenage right now. 67% form for them at the moment. Hartlepool back-to-back games now without a loss. 25% form for them heading into this. Last round, though, over at Stevenage, it was a 2-0 win for Stevenage back in October 2021. Stevenage pick up a 3-2 win over Gateshead in the FA Cup to go through to the next round. Hartlepool have to duke it out to a 2-2 draw with high-flying Solihull Moors. Have to do that all over again, of course. That's the bookies odds on here. We have 50-8 on. It's your Stevenage here. 3-1 is your 5-1 is your long shots. Stevenage to win here, 2-1 win for them. Maybe even making a push for the top spot. We'll see about that. Grimsby up against Doncaster Rovers coming at you this weekend as well. Played 11 times in 2003. 4 wins of Grimsby, 7 wins of Doncaster, 0 draws. Grimsby, though, 3 wins in the last 6, 58% form for them right now. Against the Doncaster, just 1 win in the last 6 games, 25% form for them heading into this. Last time around, though, in the league, it was a long, long time ago. When was it? The last time they played each other in the league, over at Grimsby, was a 5-1 win for Doncaster back in April 2017. A long, long time, guys. Meanwhile, Doncaster crash out in the FA Cup, losing to Kings Lynn, goodness gracious me, at home. Meanwhile, Grimsby with a big 5-1 demolition job of Plymouth. Wow, wow, wow. Of course, high-flying League One leaders at the moment. Meanwhile, the odds right here, right now, we've got Grimsby 11-10 on for the victory, 5-2 draw, 14-5 is your away win. I'm back in the Grimsby here. They're in 13th. They need a couple of points, a couple of wins to get themselves back in the mix for the playoffs. I'm going to see them getting 1 win right here, right now. Of course, Harrogate Town up against Leyton Orient, the leaders at the moment over in this division. Played each other 6 times in 2018. 1 for Harrogate, 4 wins for Leyton Orient, and we've got 1 draw. Harrogate, though, 58% form for them right now, winning 3 of the last 6. Up against Leyton Orient's side, of course, winning 3 of the last 6. Also 58% form for them heading into this. Last round, though, over at Harrogate, it was a 3-0 win for Leyton Orient back in March 2022. The Orient, though, crashing out in the FA Cup to Crewe. Harrogate beating Bradford, knocking them out of the FA Cup, of course, to go to round 2. But the odds here, 12-5 is your Harrogate Town, 9-4 is your draw, 23-20 is your away win, of course. We're back in the Orient here, 2-0 win, bounce back ability, and remain tip of the top of the table. Newport County taking on Stockport County over in Wales. That's right, played to the 4 times in 2011. Nothing for Newport County, 1 for Stockport, 3 draws, of course. Newport County, though, unbeaten in the last 5 games, 67% form for them right now. Of course, managed now by Graham Coughlin, formerly of Blackburn Rovers. Stockport County, they're winning 5 of the last 6. They've hit peak form. Goodness gracious me, 92% form for them at the moment. Last time around, though, over in Wales, it was a 0-0 draw back in the National League back in September 2012. Newport County, though, are through to the next round of the FA Cup with a 2-0 win over Colchester. Stockport with a big 4-0 win over Swindon. A flex indeed. Was it 6 clean sheets on the bloody bounce? Unbelievable stuff. Newport County 2-1 for the victory. Of course, 9-4 draw. 11-8 is your away win here. Keep an eye on Stockport County. I'm going to give them a 2-1 win here. Not a clean sheet, but another win in the column. Meanwhile, Rochdale up against Mansfield, of course, come out to this weekend over at Spotlands. Now, these two sides have played each other 15 times since 2003. 8 wins for Rochdale, 5 for Mansfield. We've got 2 draws, of course. Rochdale, though, without a win in 5, 25% fall for them right now. Mansfield, though, winning 3 of the last 6, 58% fall for them heading into this. Last round, though, over at Spotlands, was a 1 win for Mansfield back in March 2022. Of course, Rochdale crashing out of the FA Cup to Bristol Rovers. Mansfield squeaking through past Barrow this past weekend to go through to the next round. But the odds right here, and now we've got Rochdale 21-10 for the victory, 13-10 is your away win, and 9-4 is the draw here. We are backing a 2-0 win here for Mansfield on the road, 3 points in the bag as well. Maybe pushing back into the playoffs, heading into the deeper into the month of November. Salford away is Wimbledon, of course, coming at you. These two sides have never played each other, of course, going to my eyes anyway. Salford, though, winning 2 times over the last 6, 42% fall for them right now. Wimbledon 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6, 50% fall for them right now. Just 1 defeat the past 5, though. Heading into this, Wimbledon with a 1-1 draw against Weymouth. They'll have to do that again. Swindon, Salford the same against Posh. They'll have to do that bad boy again, of course, later in the month of November as well. The odds right here, right now, we've got Salford 11-10 for the victory, 12-5 is your away win, 12-5 is also your draw. Salford are currently outside their place, but a win this weekend, which I got on my card here. 2-1 win for them. Could actually see them back into the top 7. Away we go. Sutton United up against Bradford City, of course, hitting a bit of a rough patch as well. Played each other 2 times in 2021. 1 for Bradford, nothing for Sutton, and 1 draw. Sutton, though, 4 games without a win now, 50% fall for them. 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6. Bradford just 1 win in 6 as well. 42% fall for them as they look to get back to the winning ways. Last round, though, in Sutton was a 4-1 win for Bradford back in April 2022. Bradford with a 1-0 loss against Harrogate Town. That's them out of the cup. Sutton also a bit of a giant killing. Farnborough picking up a 2-0 win over them in the FA Cup as well. The odds right here right now, 11-8 is your Sutton. Of course, 2-1 is your Bradford. 11-5 is the draw. We are backing a draw here, point apiece, which isn't going to do Bradford any favours. Neither Sutton at the moment, who are struggling to keep up with the expectations from last season. And then wrapping up a bit of a zinger here. Swindon Town are currently in 5th up against Tranmere, who are in 10th. Played each other 34 times in 1984. 17 wins for Swindon, 12 wins for Tranmere, and we've got 5 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat at the past 4 games for Swindon right now. 58% fall for them right now. Tranmere, of course, without a win in 5. 42% fall for them heading into this. Last round, though, at Swindon, it was a 0-0 draw back in August 2021. Swindon, though, picking up a 4-0 humping by Stockport. Need a bounce back after that one. Tranmere the same. Both of the sides crashing out in the FA Cup this past weekend. But the odds here, 23-20 is your host, 23-10 is your draw, 23-10 is also your away win. Which way do you go? I don't bloody know. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the host, Swindon, with a 3 points. And that, my friends, if all of this comes on untrue, this is what the table will look like. Swindon making humongous strides up to 3rd in the table. And again, remember that this graphic on the left-hand side with the table does not have those games that are taking place tonight. Those are other ones. So the table will look even more differently than this. But just to kind of give you a look at what I'm thinking this weekend anyway. Of course, that's, of course, my take. Be sure to get your own take here. Cutley Forchester League 2. It is free. And get your name in lights. And, of course, see if you can compete with me and the big boys over in the Prediction League. That is it. Smash your subscribe. Smash your thumbs up. Smash the little bell. We go again, of course, because of the football in League 2 and League 1 and the National League keeps on going despite the World Cup rearing its lovely little head. But until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next one.